Hello. Let's have a look at the microphone here. Welcome to my cake kitchen. I am Gladys, and over here I make simple, informative tutorials to help you navigate baking and decorating easily. If I sound or look or feel a bit rushed, it's because I really am. A busy morning. Normally we don't do lives on a Monday, but I did promise to bring you along the baking series for our Valentine boxes. So we're baking a vanilla cake. This vanilla cake is a little bit special in many ways because it is the vanilla cake that is going to directly be served into the Valentine boxes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will catch you on that in a moment. But in the meantime, I don't know how much time we've got, but we've got prep to do. So I'm going to be baking an 8-inch vanilla cake. Before we start, we're going to preheat the oven. This is just the prep work for the cake. So let's see. Is anybody in the chat? I can't see the live chat. Let's see. Okay, Dawn is here. Dawn, good afternoon, darling. Dawn and Dolly. Oh, hello there. Hello, everybody. Look, you know, I'm normally not here on Mondays, but this Monday is a special one. I wanted to do all the prep and come so we can have a very organized bake session. Unfortunately, time wouldn't allow me. If I had to do all of that, I wouldn't even be here at all. So I thought, you know what, let me just bite the bullet and come along so that we will get through the entire process. So here we are. How are you? How is everybody? How is your Monday going? We are just, what I'm doing here is I'm just greasing the pan up, and then we'll be lining the pan before we move on to baking the sponge. All right. Denai is back. Tapeta is here. Hello, everybody. How was your weekend? My weekend it wasn't extremely busy. It was balanced. I had family time, and then there was baking. So one day was full of baking, which was Saturday, and then Sunday was family time. I intentionally dedicated time, housework and stuff like that, which I don't normally do because my weekends are normally baking heavy. But I did promise I was going to be back on the weekend, didn't I? I told you I was either going to be back on the Friday or something. Blame a chipped nail. You know, these things right here are great. They look good on camera. But when one chips, look, if you go back to previous video, you will see. If you squint, you will see. I have showed up here with a chip nail. I have told you aesthetics and how I look doesn't affect what I have to give to you if it's valuable. But this time, I just couldn't do it because the whole nail kind of went. And not only was it garish looking, I just thought, I can't do it, people. I can't do it. Unfortunately, I couldn't book an appointment soon enough for it to get fixed. So I had to wait till today, you know. So part of my running late has to do with also sitting at the nail tech and wasting valuable time. Women, why do we do this to us? But I love it. I love it. I'm not going into my birthday with chippy nails. That's not happening. So who asked after nails? Nobody. Let's just get the work done, all right? Right now, I am just grease lining this thing up. This is how I line my tins anyway. Okay, so I was asking after the weekend, and Dolly says my weekend was okay. I was just busy today with baking all the cakes for this week's pickup. Oh, so you are not at work today, my lovely. Great news. You're busy baking all the cakes for, is it the weekend pickup you said? Is it part of planning? Or is because you are so tight for time you have to work in advance? Either way, it doesn't really matter, darling. I'm glad you had a great weekend. There's 23 people there in the chat. Good people. Oh, you don't work on Mondays. Did I miss that? Because the last time I was all up in your business about day of work, you were off work because you had annual leave, isn't it? Okay. So I will note that Dolly doesn't work on Mondays. Okay. So in that case, you tend to spend the Mondays organizing cake wise so that when you get back to work, even you still have like time and you're still organized, right? How is Valentine's going? The Valentine, is it you had a sale, right? A Valentine's sale. Am I right? Okay, let's get this sorted. Oh, crazy fox, I bet your cakes are the best. You know what, honey? I'd like to think so, but you be the judge of that, okay? The cook doesn't sit in the kitchen and sing their own praise, okay? So I would like to think my knowledge and skill and experience makes a difference because I love what I do and I'm passionate about it, and I like to think I know what I'm doing. But you, the person who eats the cake, the customer ultimately decides that. And I say that with a very subjective view of, because even though the customer is the judge of what they eat, taste is very subjective. You may like the best burger out here, and then you can invite me to a burger party and I'll be like, I don't care. So you have to weigh it on a scale of probabilities and numbers. And in terms of my experience of doing this over 10 years, I would say I have received like an extraordinary amount of positive, and where there is even negative, which isn't a lot. I think I can count on one hand how many. The sentiment has been balanced. It's not a specific thing as in, oh, the cakes are bad. It's like, it's not bad, but I just didn't like it, if you know what I mean. So I hope so. I guess my answer is, whilst I love cakes, I don't come here with the intention, oh, I make the best cakes. No. I've got to find something to be humble about, okay? There you go. Woo! A lot of Valentine mini cakes going out on Friday. Oh my God. Look, I abandoned my mini ideas. I couldn't do it, Dolly. Look, you are the MVP, okay? A full-time job, kids, a whole family, and all the mini cakes, power to you, okay? All the best. I couldn't do it because by the time I thought of the custom cake that has to go out on the 14th, my birthday, and these boxes that have taken my mind over, I'm like, first of all, to be honest, the mini cakes weren't exactly my thing. I just thought I will try, and then the more I got into it, I realized that no, I couldn't do it. So good luck with those. I'm so pleased for you, darling. Foxy Lover says, you make a good point. It'd be great to have a cake from you, honey. Well, nothing is stopping you from picking up the Valentine's box, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're in the US, please don't do it. They're just UK delivery based, okay? If you don't know what we're doing, I'll get the boxes in. I think I've left them in. Let me just go and get the box quickly. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. Right. For those of you who are new here and don't know what I'm talking about when I keep referencing Valentine boxes, here's what we're talking about. Well, let me just get back in the chat. Okay. Here's what we're talking about. They are taster boxes, taster style cake slices that are boxed up nicely with a handwritten notes, spoons, and everything you need for a treat on Valentine's Day. And even better, what makes these boxes great is that the cake we're baking today is going to find its way into this box. We have 6 already gone, which is great because I wasn't expecting that at all. We had that conversation on Thursday when I was here. I wasn't expecting that at all. 6 are gone, and 4 of those boxes are picked up by our very own prawn cocktail. Prawn, thank you. Okay, like the fact that when I look at the number, like 4 of those is not cheap. A box is £30, and she picked 4, not just for herself, her nana, and a few other people. And I'm like, I want a friend like that. Thank you. Now, let's get to sorting the ingredients for this cake. Look, when the cakes get to you, you will see all the confusion that was in this kitchen. Because I'm thinking, where's the sugar at? Let's go find the sugar, okay? Oh, Lord, let me just... Okay. I cannot find my scale because I was in this kitchen all weekend. Look, if you've been here, the purpose of the live is to bring you along the raw decorating and baking moments. And if I wasn't stood here with my confusion in front of you, I will still be just as confused in the kitchen. So you are watching a raw part of the decorating process, but the cake making process. But it doesn't change the fact that we will have a cake, okay? We will have a cake. We need 325 grams here. And at the moment, there you go, 325. Can I be honest? I am so hungry. And it's making me just like dream about foods that I know I can't eat right now because I don't have access to them. But I thank God I'm not shopping right now. Such random conversation, isn't it? Right, let's get these margarine to room temperature. There you go. We're trying to get the margarine at room temperature, and then we will get this done. All right, let's see what we have over here. Okay, we have spreadable margarine here. Now we need 425 grams. There's tarpita here. Tarpita, I saw in the comments over the weekend when you said it's a shame that because if I wasn't miles and oceans away, you will grab a box for mom. And I was literally like, I saw the message in person and I'm like, damn, if I wasn't miles and oceans away, I'll come to your house with the box myself, okay? For my US based audience, please, you know what, I have agonized about this honestly, but it's just, there is nothing I can do because of the limitations of postage and regulations about food and other things. It's just not feasible right now. But you see, the good thing is that once upon a time, this box thing was an idea. Okay, it was an idea that was so far from reach because a year ago, well, it wasn't unattainable, but it was so far from reach because running a business is a lot of things to consider, and putting your idea, an abstract idea, into a tangible present or present form can be very scary. But here we are. Okay, so it is an example that dreams do come true. This is like, without making too much, it's a dream of mine that one day my joy and passion and skill and experience for just a good tasting experience for a cake, because cake is not just flour and sugar. Let's be clear. Cake, if cake was just flour and sugar, everybody will aspire to accomplish a bake process. So the bakers in the chat who do it as a hobby even know that it takes a certain level of skill to be able to execute it, and the confidence that it also takes to not just trust what you do, but to trust that another person will feel the way you feel is huge. And I say that by also admitting it was hella scary to even think of doing it, but I did it anyway. So you know what? This must be the start of a new dream, that not only will these boxes become a fixture of the channel, but there's a chance that it will grow into something else in the future. So let's hold that in thought and support the channel, because all these things become tangible and achievable when you are here. So whether you're buying a box or not, you are just as valuable being here and investing your attention and time, and I sincerely appreciate that. So my US people, I'm sending you a lot of love. I think the sacrifice I'm making is that on my birthday, which is 2 days away, I will still be here making cakes. So you can join in, we can chit chat, we can talk cakes, you can ask me questions. I'll be here shouting about cakes nonetheless. All right, so apologies in advance. Now let's get to it. We have sugar and flour here. I just want to organize the ingredients so that I can get the ingredients out of the way, and then we can get the mixer in. We need about 120 grams of buttermilk. So when you receive your box, you will know exactly what went in there. And the good thing is that the recipe is right here on the channel, so you can come and pick the recipe and go bake your own cake if you care. You'll be saving yourself the money, but it will still cost you a bit of time to stand in the kitchen and get it done. But hey, it's also a good thing. All right, let's see. I want some vinegar. Tapita says, if I ever win the lotto, I am coming to you for cake and fun. I'll bring an empty carry-on to staff. Whoo! You know what, Dawn, you know, I was sitting there in the night dozing off. My head was hot when I responded to the email, and I didn't say anything about the Ghanaian channels. Sweet Ajele, please stick with her. She brings you authentic Ghanaian food, okay? So stick with Sweet Ajele. This is for Dawn, my lovely. Stick with Sweet Ajele, right? But here's what I can do to help you. Unfortunately, because I'm not a food-based content creator or channel, I brought the Ghanaian food, but it's kind of a mix of a niche, if you like. And I don't know if I want the commitment. But if you go and if Sweet Ajele posts a recipe and you are not sure about it, email me the information for clarity. I can then help you. I can help point you in the right direction for the ingredients. And actually, you can pick the recipe and then come back and talk to me about it, and I can help you kind of achieve it if you like. But making Ghanaian recipes on here will be a thing in our... No. That's all. But I've spoken about some of my Ghanaian food focus channels. We have Sweet Ajele, we have Kwanchua's Kitchen. It's Kwanchua as in KWANKYES with kitchen. So it's I just spelled Kwachi. So it's, look, I'll put it in a community post. I will link her in a community post for you. So Sweet Ajele, Kwanchua's Kitchen, Nanaba's Kitchen. I think these three creators are creators I have seen. I don't consume their content a lot, but I know of them. I've come across them. And they are very helpful in their teaching style and information, actually. So you go on and have fun, okay? David, why would you call me Nutella? I'm Gladys, okay? And I preferably, I'd like to be addressed by that. And if you can't do that, I'd be asking you why you want to call me dark chocolate and Nutella. Unacceptable. Thank you very much. Now, we have, I was supposed to put the, what do we call it? This is not working, is it? There's something I'm looking for and I can't find it. I'm looking for my measuring spoons. Okay. At least I have a scale. I will just weigh it. That's all. We need. That's 7 grams. Yeah, it's buttermilk. I just wanted a bit of vinegar in there. That's all. I don't know why. And then we need eggs. We need about 275 grams of eggs. So what I'm doing is I just want to place the eggs in warm water. Okay, Tapita is asking a question. Why do you add vinegar to the buttermilk? Well, we know buttermilk is an acid that interrupts gluten formation and tenderizes the gluten in the flour, which causes your cake to be tender, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just raising the acid a little bit by adding the a bit of vinegar to raise the acid. What I've done is that intuitively I will balance the ingredients. The amount of sugar we have here actually brings sweetness, but with the buttermilk the sugar is settled a bit, which gives the cake crumb a very light texture, but it's still steady. But the key thing though is that it kind of balances out the sugar, so you're not just eating a cake that tastes awfully sweet, but one that is very balanced because of the use of vinegar in there. It sort of cancels and balances out the sugar in the same way that salt and sugar kind of mix together. So that's the intention behind it. So the eggs, I was supposed to put this in warm water. Why is it cold? Right, I have self-raising flour here. Let's get, why did I move this? Oh, Lollipop, welcome. I take it that the man hasn't come to fix. Ooh, look what I've done. Okay. By the time your cake gets you, you will see all the flops of it. We need 450 grams of self-raising flour. This is annoying. That's exactly 450 grams. Is it just me, or I normally tend to kind of be a bit when strangers knock on my door, but when them window cleaners that I didn't ask knock on my window and try to offer me window cleaning services, I sometimes wonder if there's more to it than just inviting, more to it than just a window clean. Am I crazy? Somebody in the chat tell me. Yeah, I just shook my head and went no to them. But is there, because a little, the cynical me is like, are they just canvassing for window cleaning or something? Because the truth is, I will never like sign on a window cleaner without recommendation, right? So unless someone recommends them or someone, because I don't know, maybe it's me, but what's your experience with them? Random things, random chats. Okay, we've got our ingredients sorted. We need salts. You will never know their motive. That's for sure. I will never know. So you ought to be careful, isn't it? I just said no. He's a lovely guy though, with a lady that he says is his sister. But either way, no. Right. Now let's get the okay, let's move this out of the way, shall we? Tapeta says, you don't, Tapeta? Tapeta, are you moving hot in your house over there? I will be careful when I'm entering Tapeta's house. Oh, Lord. So if you're in this chat and you have any ideas of going to Tabitha's house uninvited or unannounced, better think twice, okay? Because Tabitha ain't having you. The way I read, unless you're dropping mail or packages, don't dare set foot on my property. That sounds so American. Like, girl, back up. Don't come here. Tabitha, I'm not coming, okay? I'm kidding. There you go. Now, let's do some vanilla. So Tabitha makes exceptions for the plate for us who will be traveling, right? Okay, I think, you know what, I want to tell you something I did. I'm coming. This is how seriously I take what we do over here. I bought a whiteboard. We are going to be talking about cakes, and I am going to be demonstrating it on a whiteboard here. This is how much we love cake, okay? The kitchen is so small, but we have a whiteboard. In the meantime, here is the ingredients for today. Yeah, a teaching board. I'm going to teach you about cakes, okay? Here is our ingredients for the vanilla cake. Can you read my writing? Can you read? We have, you're laughing. You won't be laughing when I put you to test. Can you read? Okay, you got the vanilla sponge right. What is this? And this and this and that. Let's see. Let's see if my handwriting will help me. If you're laughing in the chat, you have an exam to take. You won't be laughing. You can't see. You can't see. Dawn, Specsavers is calling you because Lollipop can see. Lollipop, yeah, something eggs. It's 275 grams eggs. The mixer is blocking it. Is that your excuse? Okay. I will move it, but the mixer will leave soon. Don't worry. The mixer will go soon. Don't worry. The mixer is not here to stay. It's the ingredients in grams. Tapeta, what is it? Let's see. I am glad my whiteboard can invite some laughter. Like, I tell you, I love baking, and it's serious for me because I'm like, anyway, let's finish what we're doing, and then we can laugh about me and my hello. Look at me shouting hello. You know, when I shout, I'm excited about somebody. Tatiana is back. Tatiana, my love, how are you? I think my excitement is not biased. My excitement is because we've got a girls prefect in the house. She organizes our life if we allow her, and she brings us such value. It's great, darling. How are you? How is January? We are making a cake. Since we've been talking about our Valentine cake boxes, you haven't been here. So you are a little bit behind. We are just making a vanilla cake. A cake we've made here time and again. This time it's only a little bit different because we ended up launching a limited box of Valentine cake taster. But I'm sorry to say, because you're in the US, you are excluded from the target audience. We will eat the cake on your behalf, okay? So just bring your pudding on on Valentine's Day and come and sit here. But even better, go have a good time with the hubby, okay? That's all. Lollipop, I'm thinking about you because you will be here on Valentine's Day with your box, isn't it? You should put it on the community post so we can see you. You will be working. You're not at work all day, darling. If we miss you, we don't mind. We miss you, but we know you have a life. When you finish work, go and have a good time with the hubby. You don't need our permission, but we're just encouraging you. That's all, okay? We will be thinking about you, though. I think Valentine's not like a holiday, is it? Am I tripping? See, Steph is back. Steph, lovely. How are you? And then our buttermilk goes in. There you go. Okay, that's all done now. Let's get this. Okay. If you're talking to me in the chat, let's just get this cake in the oven to bake, right? And then I will talk to you. It's like glad. There you go. It's not, the butter is not done if we don't eat it. It's so vanilla cake, right? So let's get it. Oh, I don't want to overfill the pan. Okay, it's all that. I don't want to overfill the pan, and I think I need a baking pin. So that it bakes all through in the center. If you're wondering what I just put in, it's a flour nail serving as a baking pin. But because I've got a lopsided oven, I am putting a bit of foil in there so that the cake will sit on it, so we don't have a lopsided cake. Well, the rest of the butter is going to be added to some excess red velvet that I finished earlier, and then we'll bake that as extra cake. That's all. So people, those of you who are busy laughing at my whiteboard, I'm going to bring the whiteboard back, and when I ask a question, you better be able to answer that. Is Tatiana still here with us, darling? Steph, I'm glad you are doing okay. It's always good to see you again, my lovely, in the chat. And everybody in there, this is just going to be extra cake. So, oh, look what's happened. We'll bake this on its own merit later. Okay? We even have like we have a red velvet and vanilla. Where is I've got a tin here that will be used to bake this, which I am excited about. That's it. Lovely. How are you keeping? Right. Okay. First of all, I am hungry. I am hot. Even though it's cold and I'm bothered. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Tabitha, bring grandma's recipe and let's get to it. You brought me a basic recipe as well. You sent it by email. You know what? I keep making promises that I haven't been able to keep. Right? My intention was to get them complete, but things keep moving. People, forgive me. I do want to complete them. So please bring grandma's recipes. Now let's bring our whiteboard back. You know what? Oh, let me look at the temperature. I'm baking this right. The temperature is correct. When I decided to make the investment to get this whiteboard, a little part of me felt like, you're doing too much, Glad. It's not that serious. You can come here and talk to the people and not have a whiteboard. But I kind of feel like the whiteboard gives me something to do. Oh, let's get this out of the way. Right, there you go. Can you read? Who can read what's on the board? Who can read? Okay, let's see. You know what? I have good... If you have to defend your handwriting, then it's not good, is it? I want to say I have good handwriting. But it doesn't look like it is good, is it? Lollipop says she can read it. Let's see. Anyway, people, there's how many of you in the chat? If you laughed, this is my time to have a laugh at your expense. Bear with me. Okay, you can read it, okay? Right. This is about to get serious because I didn't go and buy the whiteboard just so that I can look at it. Okay? It is for... This small kitchen is a mess. Believe me when I say it's a mess. The kitchen is a mess. And the whiteboard is a mess too. Okay. I'm trying to get this right. Okay. I think we've got it. Right. So, for those of you who were laughing at me for having a whiteboard, let's see, for having a whiteboard and doing too much, we just baked my vanilla cake recipe. Let's see. The board is the star of the show. The whiteboard is the star. I mean, okay, we just baked my vanilla whiteboard. You better behave out here, okay? Okay, we just baked my vanilla cake recipe, right? And the recipe ingredients we had here was Yeah, this is just for shits and gigs, right? We had flour. Right. Now, who can tell me the functions of flour in baking? Don't Google. If you Google, you will feel guilty. We are in class and you're laughing. Who? Lollipop. The board has a mind of its own. You are telling me. It's like it wants to compete with me for attention in class. But hey, it's all right. It's all right. It's going to be fine. But the question is, what is the functions of flour? It gives structure. Look at you, Lollipop. Lollipop says it gives break it down. Lollipop says flour gives what? Structural support. I'm trying to defend my handwriting, but it's not working, is it? Okay. Lollipop says flour gives structural support to the cake crumb. How? Break it. Because if I stood here and I just told you flour just gives structural support, you'd be wondering, but how? Because that's where the real answer is. Tabitha says it provides gluten for the structure. Okay, you and Lollipop are saying the same thing, Tabitha. But how? How does flour? I mean, the idea is clear, but make it make sense. It activates the it activates gluten. Okay. Anybody wants to add something to it? Right. Okay. The answer is definitely correct. But over here, our goal will always be to kind of make the very complex. One second. I can't. I want to see the screen. Okay. The goal is always to take this sort of complex idea and just make it simple. So yes, flour gives the crumb the structural support. Tabitha did put here, is it Tabitha? I would just want to Lollipop. Okay, so Tabitha, flour provides support, lift support and gluten needed. Yep, needed when mixed with fats and emulsifiers for a delicate cake crumb. Yeah. Tabitha has been baking my entire life, essentially. So I don't think she Googled it. Tabitha, did you? Anyway, Tabitha has literally just broken it down. But if you don't take anything from this class and my main character whiteboard out here, what flour does is flour has two protein elements. I don't pretend to be a scientist, so you can Google that stuff. You're welcome. And what happens is that when it comes into contact with any form of liquid or moisture, it begins to bind. So there was an answer here that says something activates the gluten. Let me look at the answer correct. Activate the gluten. Flour doesn't activate the gluten. Flour contains the gluten, but the other moisture elements in the preparation of your batter, when flour comes into contact with them, then activates the proteins that are contained in your flour. So the proteins in the flour is what you call gluten, if you like. And the gluten elements are two types. But like I said, you can Google that. You're welcome. And so when they come into contact with moisture and gets activated, the strands get to bind, which combined with the other elements in the baking process, produces the lift and bulk that your crumb needs. So essentially, that is, if you think about what was said here, that flour gives the structural support to the crumb. Essentially, flour is actually the cake, if you like, but it is assisted by a few, many or different factors as well, which includes the process by which you derive your cake batter will be an influencing factor to how light, tight, or dense your crumb can be. Does that make sense? But essentially, the answers that are all given about flour's function in the baking process is all correct. Okay? You are both right, just in different ways. So at least today, our lesson of the day, based on my main character, I just wanted to find reason to come and show you my whiteboard. That's all. And by the way, the whiteboard is not just for shakes and gigs, you know. The whiteboard is for lessons. We'll be launching cake classes and cake class with Gladys, where we actually stop the fun. Like, we take the fun out of the fun. Will always be here, right? But because I keep getting questions about the baking process, why I do certain things, and also, for instance, when Denai was here last time, she's like, I'm a beginner baker, I want to progress from A to B, and this is what I want to do. I'm just looking at a way to kind of like bring that, whether on the channel or transition to the website. It's neither here nor there, so that people can have access to tailored content for them. Because we don't just bake and laugh and have fun. There's a serious aspect to it, which is that I want you to go and bake your own cake and be confident and have a great time doing it as well. So that is what our main character whiteboard is for. Occasionally, it will make an appearance here. I don't know if it will be a feature here, because I think the channel has developed, the lives have developed into a life of its own, because the things that we really want to do, which I thought we could simply just focus on and just get on with it. It's not what's happening, is it? Because where is Tatiana's cheesecake? Well, I tell you what, the pumpkin spice is still sitting there. The cheesecake ingredients had to be used, but the biscuit is still there. Where is Auntie Jackie's retirement cake? It's still not happening because we are overwhelmed doing something else, you know? So all of those will come as I make room, but I don't think there's going to be room to add anything onto what we are already doing. So if there's anything extra, it is going to exist separately, specifically tailored for anyone who needs that. Whether that will be a relaunch of the membership, but not necessarily for the fun element and about me, but specifically. So say if the lives, if the membership came back, it will specifically be class-based, where you know that you are participating or making a contribution to the membership because you are aiming for something rather specific. Does that make sense? So over there, the content will be class focused, where we are talking about baking, your baking results, how to tweak, troubleshoot, and getting into the deeper aspects of the baking process, specifically for anyone who is willing to advance or grow from just a hobby baker into an established business. Over there, I will also be able to bring you along my own journey and also give you some of my own resources that I use in business. Let's be clear, that doesn't mean you are losing out on this channel. No, we'll still be here, we'll still be baking, we'll still be having fun. The interactions will remain as it is, but that part would specifically be a personalized session for those who wish to participate in that development. That's all. So that's our main character board here. That's all. Our friend Fosso is back, darling. Let's see. We've spoken about flour, so we'll put that away. Another day, our whiteboard will be back making an appearance, and we'll be talking about more ingredients. Okay, lovely. Welcome back. Good afternoon. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I know what I was thinking when I went and I picked this up anyway. So when you have a small kitchen, don't go and buy a whiteboard, okay? I can't, if you hear something that slams to the floor, it's the whiteboard. It fell over. Did I tell you I was hungry today? Let's see. Foresaw is back. Look. The Harry Potter cake is on there. It's April, right? Hopefully I don't get that wrong too. The Harry Potter cake is April, Tatiana. Is that correct? Our friend is Faso. Faso, thank you. And wishing you a great week too. Well, the exciting thing is that this week you will be receiving your cake box, isn't it? Thank you for your purchase. And yeah, for just the for those of you, yeah, so I got that right. I knew it was April. April 15th. Fingers crossed we'll get there, okay? Because how are we even in February already? Well, January was long. Anyway, Tatiana, you haven't been here since we've been talking about these magical boxes, okay? This is a cake taster box that is specifically tailored for those of you who just like can't stand me just eating cakes. But it was also my way of validating my cake experience when I come to eat it over here. So I curated these. There are 6 dessert cups in there. All the cakes are not scrap cakes. They are not cupcakes. They are actual cakes. The cake we baked today is actually going towards this box. So we have vanilla, we have red velvet, and we have chocolate. And they have various buttercream option and fillings on top of them. And yep, it comes with spoons and stuff. I spent a bit of time just trying to make it hella pretty, okay? So that you can go and eat a cake. That's all. Unfortunately, you're in the US. I'm just showing it to you so you can see, okay? Everyone who's made a purchase is receiving a box like this. I have my box, which is the sample box I created for the ad. And on Valentine's Day, you and I will be sitting here eating our cakes in quiet, okay? Those of you who purchased, we'll all be eating our boxes right here. So people, I didn't want to overwhelm myself, so there were 10 boxes. If you take away the sample box, there's 9, and 6 is gone. We have 3 left, and the pre-order closes tomorrow. So if you're here and you're UK based and you want to have one of these for Valentine's Day for yourself or a loved one, look, I told you our very own prawn cocktail picked up 4 of these, and they are £30 minus postage. And the postage are 2 options. You have first class post. So if you picked a first class guaranteed 1 p.m. next day delivery for you, it would be £40 total. And if you just pick regular first class, which is equally fine, that would be £36, okay? So our very own prawn cocktail, she picked 4 of these, which actually just blows my mind, because I'm like, okay, that's really heartwarming. You ordered a cake from me, David? Are you sure? David, let's talk about it. Are you sure you ordered a cake from me? Which cake, darling? Because I don't ship cakes, honey. David, let's try and clarify this, okay? David, you ordered a chocolate cake from me. Was it posted to you? Because if it's posted to you, you're talking to the wrong person. And if... Oh, David, don't do that. I don't want to... Look, I take customer feedback seriously. But for what I do, I can bet you any money. If anybody's cake was smashed, I would be receiving an email from them. They won't wait to show up on a regular Monday out here. David, don't do that. David, you're not the real deal. David, I don't want to be accusatory, but David, you're making up stuff. Because if you've been here, you know. I just asked you, did we post the cake? Yes or no? Just answer me that question. That chocolate cake for your son, was it posted? Just answer me a question. You're speaking God's honest truth. Was it posted to you? And how was it delivered? And when was that? When and how was it delivered? Did the cake get to you? Tell me. It was posted to you. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, David. That's all I will say. I never, ever want to accuse anybody. But everyone in this chat will know that I do not post cakes. Ever. Never, ever, never will it be. I have never posted a cake. Look, my reputation is important to me. So when I saw that message, I ordered it like... I felt a few different ways, but liar, liar, pants on fire. We never post cakes here. The only cake I'll be posting here is this. And unless you're talking about cake jars, which I post, but to specific people also, David, take your lying self and go and sit somewhere quietly. You're welcome. David, I'm going to give you a chance to stop trolling. Okay? You're welcome to sit with us, but what you're doing is really damaging. Not to me, because my reputation is okay here. Because on my website, you will find that we don't post cakes. So the fact that you said you posted the cakes is a lie. So we are good about that. But David, if you're in the chat of businesses making accusations, that's just not right. Small businesses are in danger at the moment. You know, money is tight. People work hard, you know, to patronize small business. And most small businesses are struggling. They don't have a backing behind them. And something as innocuous and so unintended can have devastating consequences. So please stop it. If you think it's funny, it's not funny. And if you're going to go on and say things that aren't true, I'm going to block you and send you to the dark place. Goodbye. Don't worry, I've sent David off to the dark place. You know what, for a minute when he's like, I ordered this cake, oh, like I felt smoke over my head. Like, oh, God, who is that? No. David is gone. We've sent David away. Okay, David is gone. Ooh. Cost of living is making people... Can I expect a refund? From who? You know, from who? Me? Please, no. Don't even... You know what? Thank you, people. Thank you, my people. Because I keep saying, you people have no idea the confidence you give me by not just about you being here, but for your support and trust, you know. And so it has it has done some amazing things for me as a person, that now every decision I make about my business, it's not like I don't take it for granted anymore, or the risk, I have to weigh my risks closely, because suddenly I'm like, okay, there is a certain number of people who are already banking or have placed trust in my reputation, even before they knew that they have to buy a cake. And you people are not like cake buyers, like you're not a customer base who is kind of buying a cake. And so having that alone is so validating in a different way. And just having David show up and start trolling is like, David, can you just, oh, it's like, yes, you posted it. Like, no, David, nobody posts a cake over here. I will never even try that nonsense. Can you imagine? But then again, when I started making cakes, oh, can I tell you a few experiences of cake deliveries? I had someone show up in my house. This is like when I was a year in. Obviously, I started as a hobby baker. We've had that conversation. And about a year into doing it, I had like customers come in, people who pay. And I had someone show up to my house with a Peugeot 206 and a bag to collect a 3-tier cake. And the cake was not just the 3 tiers. It was a princess themed cake with the towers made on it and a whole lot of decorations. I was trying to tell them that the cake will not fit in the Peugeot. I'm saying Peugeot 206. And they won't listen. They weren't. So you know what? I made them sign. Even back then, when I knew jack shit about business, I understood what it meant for them to sign a disclaimer and a liability form for the way they travel with their cake. And boy, oh boy, like clockwork, they showed up the next day with a photo about how the top cake collapsed. The cake didn't collapse. It was the towers that fell off. And I told her, you signed a disclaimer because I told you this guy will not carry a 3-tier cake with towers. My dear, I can tell you some stories. Like, I think I have to make a whole series, right? Showing you some cakes I made 10 years ago and the stories. The stories are wild. I cannot believe. Well, I can believe now. Because you learn and you grow. So today, I won't tolerate that. Today, if you showed up at my house with a bag, like always, I'd be inclined to be informative towards you, as in to inform why the choice of a shopping bag for a 3-tier cake is just not the done thing. And then I will offer you an alternative or suitable way of transport. If you refuse, well, I would say you would my skill and ability to communicate has also improved with time now. So I guess instead of going, oh, I don't think that's advisable, I would be more engaged with trying to let you see my viewpoint and how that would be an advantage to you, right? Because sometimes it's not about trying to convince the person, it's about how you do it. Because sometimes people will fight you to the death of themselves not because they don't believe what you're saying, but their ego is in the way. You'd be surprised the nonsense that people will stick to just to feel right, because they do not have the capability to be seen as doing something wrong. So I'd be more focused at disarming them whilst providing them a solution that will serve us both. Because you know what? The truth is, I want your cake to get to the destination safe as I made it for you, so that you will have a great experience. If the cake collapses and the towers come down, that's not good for me. The people who say, oh, when I hand the cake to you, it ain't my business. It is my business. Obviously, I'm not up in your business. For liability reasons, it's not my business. But it is my business because emotionally, I want you to have a great experience when you pick up the cake and go. Dolly, you better come tell us that story. I can't believe I screamed. I thought I have the craziest stories. What? A cake on a bicycle? Dolly, it had to be you. What did you do? We ain't got time. Come and tell us. What did you do? And there I'll tell you. I'll tell you. What the bicycle there, but it's weird. I cannot, Dolly. And take it. And take it. Oh God! Sometimes when you see the story, you're like, this can't be true. But I believe it. Whew. What did he do with the bicycle then? Did he follow you or you sent him away? Did you send them away? Look, my belly hurts, Dolly. 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 Ah, God. This is funny. Really? Oh, Lord. That is the funniest thing I have. You got angry. Did you? Dolly. Auntie Afia. Did you charge for the delivery? You were angry. There have been nothing about. I can't. Look, I just feel like I said, where I am, Mr. I said, dear cry. I hope, Dolly, it wasn't a tiered cake. You know what? Dolly, you should come and tell the story properly. I said, where I am, Mr. Hey! Bicycle pa. I mean, I thought the Peugeot 206 was bad. But a bicycle? Dolly. You took the biscuit out with this one, okay? You really did. I'm just, oh God, this really made me laugh. So the wife ordered again and I said to her, she'll pay for delivery because I don't want her husband showing up with a bike. Dolly out here laying down the lay of the lot. Like, you ain't going to come to my house with a bicycle. Oh, 5 layers of 6 inches. Okay. That would be a 7 of 30 plus. Wow. God. Look. I have had people wanting to put a tiered cake in a boot that is cluttered. I'll have to tell you all that story another day. Like, there are stories to tell, which is why. Shall we give our whiteboard a name? I can't get over this whiteboard. Shall we give it a name, people? Shall we give the whiteboard a name? Come on, we have a few minutes. Shall we give it a name? I'm thinking, shall we call it? Did we have something we called Emma over here? Did we have an Emma in the house? Chalky. Okay, Dawn says chalky, right? That's contender. Anybody with any suggestions? We have chalky. Dana, you're loving that. You're a teacher. You will appreciate a whiteboard. Thank you. Yep. So shall we give it a name? Blackboard Dawn. That is so cheeky. So we have BB Dawn, BB Dawn, BB for short, or chalky. Something else? Come on, people. Then we are giving our whiteboard a name so that, because it has main character energy, because today it has fallen off a few times, it has misbehaved. Mark my words. Snow White. Snow White. Snow White. Okay, so we have BB Dawn, Snow White. We will fix this in a minute. We'll fix it. Go on, I'm coming. Okay, so we have Walter. Okay, we have Walter. We have Walter, we have Chalky. We have Snow White. We have Blackboard Dawn. Have I missed anything? We have, so the names we have so far, we have Walter, we have Chalky, we have Blackboard Dawn. Correct? Okay. We've got 4 suggestions. We'll pick one because we want this to be fair. Okay. We have 4 names here. Confessions. What are you confessing, Tabitha? Tabitha, are you telling on yourself that you've got a confession? Okay. Confession is the last suggestion, so it's blank. Confession is going to be blank. If I pick a blank one, it's confessions. Okay? Because I ain't about to spell confessions out here. This is my confession. No, I ain't got a confession out here. The only confession here is that we'll have a dot. I take this seriously because I don't want anyone to accuse me of being biased. This is how we are going to do this. This is my son's school water bottle. I'm gonna stick it all in here. Okay, it's all shaky, 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 shaky. Let's see. Oh, okay. Stuck in. Okay. Okay, cake confessions. Oh, so it fell in, but it got stuck, so we'll have to do this again. Okay, there you go. Okay, why is it getting stuck? Okay, there you go. Okay, I will pick one. There you go. That's the one I picked. I'm not second guessing. I'm not thinking again. That's the one. We'll see what our whiteboard gets called. Okay, Walter. Who suggested Walter? Walter won. Walter. So that's, I don't know why we chose the name. What's the inspiration for suggesting Walter? Was that your best teacher in class? Okay, Lollipop, you won. Our board is Walter. Okay, Walter is main character energy. And Faso, Breaking Bad, no. Oh yeah, Walter White. I see. This wasn't as random is. Yes. The chemistry teacher with the naggy wife who goes off the rails. Okay. Walter White. I love me a... Hopefully I will stick with cake and not go on the dark side. At least I don't have a naggy partner. Because what was the wife's name? Is it Scarlett? Or Scarlett? Yeah, she could... Anyway, that if you didn't know... Walter is a character in some show called Breaking Bad. That's all. So yeah, Walter White. So yeah, for those of you who are late to class, earlier we were discussing the functions of flour in cake making, and we summarized what flour does, which is that it gives the cake the... I'm hungry. Flour essentially gives the cake bulk and help and brings structure to the crumb. How does it do that? Flour contains two protein elements that are activated when they come into contact with moisture or liquid in any form. Combined with all the ingredients and the processes in making the batter, that will help expand the gluten structure to give your crumb the kind of structure you would like, whether you want a soft textured light crumb or you want a dense tight heavy crumb. It's just not the flour that determines that by itself. It functions in collaboration with the ingredient choice and the process for deriving the batter. So today our lesson from the day using Walter was to discuss what flour does. And we learned that. You can Google the rest, but at least you understand. If you ever see me with flour here, you know what flour does in baking. And on that note, class is closed for the day. Walter the whiteboard, yeah. Because in Breaking Bad, Walter is called Walter White. So Walter the whiteboard works anyway. But on that note, Walter, from Walter and me, happy baking. Our cake will not finish baking on the live. I've got to go, and I'll see you on the next one. Catch me in the community post for updates on the bake session, and we'll be back same time tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.